Welcome, it's FNews57 here. I am back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One, and today's video I will be showing you how to create a alternate character fast for the Winter Festival. So some people, they didn't want to farm the Winter Festival because they didn't have enough alts. They didn't want to make more alts because it takes forever to get them to level 15. Whatever the case might be. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple tips and tricks to get this done as fast as possible and show you that it is definitely profitable to go ahead and make your maximum number of characters for the Winter Festival. So I have 51 of 52 characters made. I'm going to go ahead and quickly create a new character, and I would estimate that this takes no more than 15 minutes. Just a quick estimation though. It depends on how quickly you can go through it. So we're going to make a great weapon fighter. I am going to pick the stats and get the roll decent so that he can be a alt. As far as appearance, I don't care too much. Deity doesn't matter. We'll make him a purple dragon for shits and giggles. Enter the name. He's a bank tune because why not? And he is number 38. On my list. Confirm, begin adventure, let's go. Now you might not have the same things as I do. If you don't have the Dragonborn race, don't worry about it. You can skip that cutscene there. I would advise you make a class that is actually capable of sprinting. So either a Scourge Warlock or a Great Weapon Fighter. A Hunter Ranger does okay, but I don't really prefer them. So you are going to have to go through this tutorial. There's a couple things that I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier, but it's still going to take a minute. Now I have the inscribed garments, and I would recommend that if you have them, you go ahead and use them as well. So this video should be beneficial to everybody, whether you are a new player or a existing already established player. So if you have the inscribed garments, you can go ahead and claim them from the Zen market. Also, any mounts that you might have, you can go ahead and claim from the Zen market at this point. Now you cannot equip the mounts while you're in the tutorial, but you can go ahead and claim them. So I've claimed all my mounts, and you can actually equip your inscribed garments from this screen. So this is a step that takes a few seconds longer, but it helps out in the fact that you get additional XP. Plus, they're actually pretty good. So the very first thing that you'll notice is we currently have the Winter Festival event active. We also have the double XP event active. Now that is the best time to go ahead and do this. I know there's only another day or so left on the double XP event, but, well, they've done this every single year. So, every time they had the Winter Festival, the first, 5 days, basically 4 to 7 days, they've also run a double XP event, and it makes it super easy to level characters, which if you're creating an alternate character at this point, you should have a primary character or a main that has at least a couple overlevels. So sometimes you'll run into other people that are doing these quests. Try to avoid them. You're only here to go ahead and pick up the items as fast as possible that you need, which is exactly what we're doing right now. And this is why I have a character that has a sprint functionality. Unfortunately, other players will be a bit of a douche from time to time, and they will proc an enemy in combat, and that'll proc you in combat, so that can make this take a little bit longer. If there's no one doing the tutorial, then you can go through it even faster, but if you're competing for kills, it'll take a minute for you to do. Now I should mention, if you have a mount that gives you a power bonus, that would actually be of great benefit for you. So another reason why I pick a great weapon fighter, you can basically charge up your at will, use an encounter power, and you're done as far as the quest line. Then it's just sprint up to Wilford and move on. Great weapon fighters can sprint, Scourge Warlocks can sprint. The reason why I am choosing all great weapon fighters, though, is they are the only class in the game that can actually get a sword or a main hand weapon with a utility slot on it. So that helps up later on in the game. Now I usually wait till I get to that first circle, then hit my sprint just like that. And you should have enough sprint to get past both of those circles, which saves a couple seconds. We're also going to sprint past these enemies because there isn't much of a point in fighting them in individual groups. You might as well fight them all at once. Once you get up to here, though, you can go ahead and fully charge your at will. And you'll take out usually about 4 to 5 of these enemies with one spinning strike thing. Once this right spawns, then you're going to go ahead and move up and do your attacks near her. Just try and stay out of the red, because if she knocks you up in the air, it's annoying. Once you reach level 4, you can go and equip your mounts. This is a neat little trick that a lot of people don't know about. If you have mounts, you can equip those. And you can go to your mounts page and select the combat power. Now, I don't have one that gives me any power, but I have one that gives me armor pen, and that'll help out a little bit. Because enemies that are higher level than you have more damage resistance. Which, against these enemies, it doesn't matter, but against this enemy coming up, it will. And we're all about getting this done as fast as possible. Of course, this is the one cutscene that you can't skip. So you do have to watch that. There's no way to avoid it. If you have a power bonus mount, you'll be able to kill this guy a little bit quicker. This Harbinger, whatever. I normally go ahead and use my daily against him. Like I said, if you have a power bonus mount, you'll do more damage. But the armor pen helps out a little bit. Also, not getting knocked up in the air will help out too. So if you can, use your sprint to avoid it. I wish there was a way that if you had already played a character and gotten that class to level 70, that you would no longer have to do the tutorial on a new character. But unfortunately, that is not something that they seen fit to add to the game. That actually took me a few seconds longer than normal. Skip picking up the loot, talk to Wilford, press B to cancel that, or whatever it is on the platform that you're playing on. And as soon as the Neverwinter little loading thing comes up, go ahead and get rid of that as well. Same thing with Protector's Enclave, skip it, load your mount if you have a mount, otherwise just walk ahead of Sergeant Knox. It never used to be this way, and this is the particular reason why nobody wanted to make alts this year. Half of my friends didn't want to make alts because of how long it takes to do this. Now right now we're at less than 8 minutes, so not bad. But since they changed it to where you have to follow Knox here, and there's no way to really skip it, people have decided that they don't want to make their alts. Now you can do whatever you want with those 2 items there, it doesn't matter. We have to wait for Knox again, so we're going to go ahead and wait for Knox over here. Don't get too far away from him because he can stop walking. But basically, they want you to complete a quest line, and it's really annoying because nobody wants to be bothered doing the quest just to get the character to level 15, especially for an alt. We just want our free gifts from the Winter Festival. Go ahead and collect your sword. You can equip it if you want to. If not, doesn't matter. Now you gotta wait for Sergeant Knox to get up on his little soapbox here. The first of 3 boxes, if any of you know that saying. We'll go ahead and accept that Halls of Justice quest. Now this is the key thing. Since you've completed Sleeping Dragon Bridge, if you have VIP, you can access your VIP bank, and you can go ahead and use whatever you want from there. So what I do is I use these Tomes of Experience. You get them by over-leveling on other characters once they're over level 70. Normally they give you 5,000 experience, but on double XP they give you 10,000. So one book is enough to reach level 11, which is enough to go ahead and invoke on. Without double XP, it requires 2 books. If you use a second book, you reach level 14. If you use a third book, you will be level 15. Without double XP, it requires 3 books to go ahead and reach level 11, level 12, something like that. So what we're going to do right here, this is the key, this is the trick. You're going to go ahead and start working on your professions because those unlock at level, guess what? 10. We also unlock the ability for invocation. Now, so that we can interact with the other NPCs, we're going to go ahead and do a little trick on this quest. So start the Cimarral Light crafting. You'll need it for a quest later. Go ahead and start your leadership. Sprint in here. Talk to the guard. Sprint back to the door. Leadership will be done. Go ahead and click on that. Do the 15-second task. Exit the door. Now, I am showing you, I'm doing a couple extra quests that aren't 100% necessary. The reason why they aren't 100% necessary is simply because I already have the stuff, but I'm back over here at Sergeant Knox, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up several different quests. I'm going to pick up the right horse for you, the Starry Winter Celebration, a true professional, and the Invoking the Gods quest. So that's super simple. Now, to make this easier, we're going to pick up this quest over here for the Scrying Orbs. And I'm picking up extra quests just to show you the easy ones, simply in case you don't have the inscribed garments. So we'll go ahead here. Bam, there's invocation. And of course, if you don't have the Tomes of Experience, it's going to be harder to do this, but you should have the Tomes of Experience. And if you don't have them, you now know that you should save them. So we're going to make a loop through here, because if you have the Dragonborn pack like I do, you can go ahead and pick up the Dragonborn pack from the rewards claim vendor. Now remember, we have never fully completed that first Theft of the Crown quest. There's my Dragonborn pack. We'll take a second to go ahead and complete that. Use the artifact, use the ring, use the bag. Don't care about the fashion gear, so we'll get that out of the inventory. And I've developed this little circle for making alts. I only had like 20 alts before the Winter Festival, and in one day I made the other 31 characters that I needed. So, trust me, it's boring. It's not the most entertaining thing in the game, but it gets the job done, and the loot that you can get for having multiple characters is just awesome. So, if you have the character slots but haven't used them yet, go ahead and use them. This is the free quest for your very first mount. Just go ahead and do that, even though we already have our mounts. We were only there for the XP. If you wanted, this NPC later on, if you're at higher level, will have a free dungeon chest key for you, but that's entirely up to you if you want to bother with it. You can talk to the vendor right there. That's done. If you want, there's a third quest that you could have picked up from Knox, and it's not too terribly bad, but it's to come over here to this auctioneer and talk to the auctioneer. So literally it's, I can't get up there, what the hell is going on, but it's that NPC right there, if you want to. You don't need to, but I have the inscribed garment, so I have 20% extra XP gain, and if you don't have the inscribed garments, you might figure that you need to add one additional quest. Now, you also seen I started the 2-minute leadership thing. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm right at 14. Almost at 15, 165 XP to go, so then go to a travel gate, go to the Winter Festival, or use your signpost again if you have VIP. Which basically having VIP makes this a hell of a lot easier. And you could probably cut off maybe a minute if you were able to do these things faster.
I hope you're welcome.
So we'll go ahead and turn in that quest, pick up all the quests. Now we're level 15, so under 15 minutes to reach level 15. Go ahead and pick up our free gift voucher. And my button's broken on my controller, but I was able to do that relatively quickly. Then come over here, and you can interact with the telescope, which gives you the star. So basically, if you do this, you get 2 gifts of Simral per day per tune. And of course, the actual gift itself. So we're done. We've done everything for the Winter Festival that we needed to do. Let's open the Starlit Parcel and see what our rewards for the very first day are. Nothing great, honestly. But that's because I haven't opened hardly any gifts on this character. We got a Beacon of Simral artifact, which is alright as a placeholder. And of course, we have the Gift of Simral that you'll want to use with a group of players. And of course, our profession task has come off cooldown, so you can go ahead and start that profession again. Now you have an alt ready to go, invocation capable, professions capable, gift capable, basically everything that you need to do, and from there you can do whatever you want. If you want to power level the character, you can. If you want to quest, you can. If you want to use it as a bank like I will be doing, you can go ahead and do that, or you could make it with a group of friends into a guild bank. It's 100% up to you. Whatever you want, you can do with the character at this point. And if you wanted to, you could simply invoke on it to get the additional rough astral diamonds and the celestial coins. It's your choice, but characters, especially alts, pay for themselves. So hopefully this answered any questions you have. If you do have questions, feel free to message me. All my social media links will be in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash the like button. Share it with your friends on Facebook, with your guild, wherever. Until next time, stay frosty.